Roach is inbound. I hope for his sake Schmunkel has something up his sleeve. Queen and Spinecrawler hit that one really damaged Roach, killing it. And I guess that chases off Supra. The lesson here is pressure. Supra backed off. He had forces. Schmunkel at that time had none. Had Supra pushed, granted those Roaches would have popped out, Spinecrawlers would have been doing damage, Queen would have been doing damage. Pressure. Supra was waiting for his next group of Zerglings to come out. Unfortunately, the battle's already happening. Got a strategic retreat there. And the income still definitely in Schmunkel's balance, 200-300 income. In terms of resources, Schmunkel has a grand in resources, Supra has 300, 200, 100. Boy, it's a shame you can't transfer minerals to your opponent just for the sheer humor of it. I know, it's a terrible statement. Could Supra have snuck around to this ramp? No. Spinecrawler would have stopped him. Could he have snuck past, snuck up and done some damage? Two Spinecrawlers here probably would have really screwed him up. Can Schmunkel sneak up a ramp and do some damage? Well, we got two Spinecrawlers here, so he might be able to take out the spawning pool, but right now I think the right thing to do is what each of these players actually is doing, is building up forces. Again, I don't think Supra has ever fully recovered from that first pressure that Schmunkel gave him. Schmunkel's early pressure knocking down this original expansion really hurt him. He's just now starting to catch up income-wise. Meanwhile, Schmunkel is bringing on a pretty large army. Let's see, do I see... No upgrades whatsoever, no upgrades. Morphing into a lair, we're possibly getting some upgrades, possibly a Nidus, whatever. But here we have an attack, takes out that Queen. Sends a Roach and a Zergling to do some harass on the supply line, brings that Roach back on in. Line of Roaches v line of Roaches. Looks like Schmunkel's finally targeting down, drilling down on these wounded Roaches. Gets one last Roach before he himself gets popped. Spinecrawler comes out. Checking army size. Schmunkel still has a larger army. He must have built something right back on home. Resources, Schmunkel is flush. Income, Schmunkel still up ahead. Supra does the right thing, goes ahead and brings out troops. He's got to try and get this under control. Unfortunately, he just doesn't have the troop power for this. That Schmunkel caught him split right up there. Just the way the tracking goes, the way the pathing goes on these, it's unfortunate sometimes. Single Spinecrawler defending against Zerglings and Roaches. 3 more Roaches come in, trying to get some action. Zerglings going after the Spinecrawler, Roaches going after the hatchery. More Zerglings come flooding in. Queen pops out. Unfortunately, Queen then pops. Even more Roaches. Now it's a Roach v Roach again. Schmunkel will not let go until that hatchery is gone. And at that point, the income disparity is huge. He can go ahead and lose those Roaches. It's not going to matter. There's not an expansion. At this point, it's going to be outmined. And in fact, yep, Schmunkel has a larger army, so you know he's got something else coming out. Speaking of which, here it is. Schmunkel massing his troops. Checking the resources again. Schmunkel still flush. Supra surprisingly flush. Well, if you don't have larva, what can you do? This Queen has full energy. Larva hasn't spawned. I mean, the Queen has full energy. Right there, I'm going to pause it for 1 second. This Queen has 200 to 200. I don't know if Supra's been using that all game. We're going to have to go back and take a look and see if that is another difference. I will speed this up because let's face facts. This is the end. Schmunkel comes in, does his thing. Super good game. Let's go back and check real quick and see if Supra has been using the queen's ability at all. Not there. She's building up. Let's go back to 11 minutes. Yes, she has used it here. So Supra has used the queen's ability. Supra is aware of it. Got to keep that queen hotkeyed. That is the fastest, easiest, best way. Same thing for Schmunkel. You got to keep that queen hotkeyed. All right. Well, thanks for watching this evil strategy session. And until we meet on the field of battle, stay evil.